Do you want to fight again soon? I assume you want to fight before Ramadan.
Yeah, we have to sit with the team, talk about this, and make decision.
Thank you.
Islom, right here. Alex has been very active since your last fight. You know, he fought in July, and then he took this fight on short notice. So I'm curious, if you were his coach, what would you want him to do next? Would you want him to slow down? Would you want him to fight in January?
Yeah, he have to. No, January he cannot. He have big cut on his eye, and after this is, I know, he missed very good kick. That's why he have to take some rest. 100%. If he smart, if his team smart, he have to take some couple months rest, because this is not like choke him or like body kick. This is a head kick, and like not just coach. He's like doctor. He's doctor, and his team have to make decision. You know.
Before the head kick, how do you think the fight was playing out?
You know, I try to take him down. It's not like 100% I go to the double leg. I just want to like feel, you know, I just want to catch him and feel his power, and you know, when we go to the clinch, he used too much power. I take his head, and for moving from there, he used too much power. I feel that, you know. In the clinch, I landed a couple good knees, couple good punch, and you know, this is my plan. Before the fight, thinking I will a little bit working with him in the standing, like clinch, something like that. And you know, before the fight, we make the plan. We have to kick him a lot, because this guy is short. We have to kick him a lot, keep him in the distance, because he really good on this. He really good to close distance, you know. To the keeping in distance, you have to use a lot of kicks. I think, my opinion, I did 100% plan what we just prepared for him.
And I know you said you don't pick who you fight, but are there locations you would like to fight? Would you like to fight in Las Vegas? Would you like to fight here again in Abu Dhabi? Would you go to Canada? Like, where would you like to fight?
USA is good for me, because I have team there, aka I can prepare to there, and doesn't matter where. Of Canada, or I don't know. We can make in Australia too, but in Australia they have to change the time. They have to give the fighters the time usually which one they have. That's it.
Last.
Just one more. Just one more. In the cage, in your post-fight interview, you had some very powerful words about kind of world peace and some certain things going on. Why did you feel it was important to use your platform tonight to speak on these things?
You know, first of all, because all my, like last month, all my camp, I watched the video, I watched the story about the situation, what happened in the Palestine and Sector Gaza, and make me very sad, you know. Because the people in the Palestine or Sector Gaza, they don't have nothing. They close them and attack them every day. They not kill some terrorists or some like people. They kill the kids, old people, you know. This is a crazy what happened now in the Sector Gaza and Palestine. And just, I want to send the message. Stand with Palestine, we with you, and that's it.
One more in the front right here. Usman Nurmagomedov obviously had a big win not too long ago at Bellator. If Bellator ceases to exist, and would you like to see Usman in the UFC?
Yeah, I think he's a high-level fighter, you know. He's very smart, and he really know his job, you know. He's very good on the striking, how he move, how he control the distance. He's very good, and I think he will be in the top in the UFC. Of course, he not come to take my belt. He will wait, but he's a young, he's a hungry. He can be next.
If he came to the UFC, would that mean you would think about going up to welterweight to leave the lightweight division for him?
Yeah, you know, He have to finish his job in Bellator, and when he come to UFC, he will show he will show our school level because our division in the team very strong. I have Usman, Amru, Sharif, Janko, like many guys who give me hard time in the cage. Sagid, Gadji, like I don't know how many, maybe I forget like many guys, but they all people who give me hard time in the cage. And iron, sharp iron, you know. That's why we have like high level fighter in my division.
Assalamu alaikum, Islam.
Alexander,
Congratulations on the win.
thank you.
Islam, Dana White has indicated on 2 occasions over this week that he wants to take the UFC to Qatar and to Egypt and also to Saudi Arabia. Knowing that, and we spoke about this in the pre-fight conference, knowing that you have so many fans in all of these countries and across the Middle East and North Africa, even if you're not competing in these events where the UFC is going, would you be looking to participate to give your fans in all these different countries the UFC is going an opportunity to meet you and interact with you?
Yeah, I saw the news, and then I say we will make some in Middle East somewhere. But you know, it's like my second home. You know, I know in the Qatar or some other country, like the people waiting for me or some like not just me. You know, some Muslim fighter because they're Muslim country. You know. If they make the event there, I just will be happy to fight there. Because when arena support you, it's a good energy always.
One more question for me, Islam. In all of those countries, as you indicated, they're waiting for Muslim fighters to come and represent them. In all of these countries, as well as the UAE, there are so many Arab fighters who are doing everything they can to try to get to the UFC level, and you're a big inspiration to them. What words would you give the local fighters here in the UAE and all these Arab and North African countries so that they can reach the level of success that you've reached?
You know, they have to training really hard. We training when we was, you know, born. In the Dagestan, you can come and open some gym. They all full like kids, very hungry, want to be fighter. Before they all training wrestling, but now it's crazy. They changed to MMA. You know, everybody want to be MMA fighters. You know, and I think it's new generation is from Dagestan. It's gonna be high level. I think now it's my opinion. Just send the people to our gym, to our Republic Dagestan. Leave them like 5, 6, 1 year. If they want to be champion, if they want to be like high level fighter, they have to spend time there. They have to live in the gym, you know, and or bring here some coaches, some team, you know, because I told iron, sharp iron. They have to training with some good opponents always.
Thank you, Islam, and congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Islam, over here. Salam. You mentioned how you feel Charles maybe, you'll fight anyone, but Charles maybe not a good idea. If that was the fight, would it be hard for you to be motivated considering, like with Volkanovski, first fight was close. Oliveira, you finished him the first fight.
You know, when you have rematch, it's like same. When you exactly same opponent, you training like you did the same camp, you know, not make you happy. We're training last couple months for the same opponent, and I told the interview, like, you know, when they make the interview in Dubai, I told them, hey, I have the same feeling. Last year, I was here in the same gym, same team, you know, but when you prepare for some new opponents, it's different, you know, and you become good fighter when you be training for other opponent, because every other opponent have something more, something different. But when you training for same opponent, it's like you stay in one level, you know.
And do you see a rematch with Charles going any different? Do you feel like he would pose something?
It's not gonna be different. I will show him and I will feel him the hard time. He will give up and I will choke him or finish him.
Thank you.
Ислам, ассаламу алейкум.
Александр.
Поздравляю с победой.
Спасибо.
Вопрос. Я на пресс-конференции спросил у Александра Волконовски, осознает ли он, что будет драться с другим исламом. А ты, когда с ним дрался, осознавал, что это другой волк? Это волк, который на 10-дневном уведомлении? Или же у него моща такая же, как когда он проходил полный лагерь?
I asked Volkanovski at the press conference on Wednesday whether or not he knows that he's going to be fighting with a different, stronger Islam Makhachev. What about you? When you fought him this time, did you feel like you were fighting a different Volk? Did he have different type of power, or was his power the same as Volk on full training camp?
Ну, пора время уже, пришло время говорить. После первый бой был очень таким конкурентным, и из-за этого я не хотел как это говорить, что это не было там отмазкой, чтобы мне там не приписывали, что я после победы отмазываюсь. Ну, в Австралии было очень много всего, что мне вот не подходило. Мы готовились под Оливейру очень долго, 4 месяца. Потом я вышел с клетки и начал новую подготовку к Волконовскому. Просто организм очень тяжело вывозил этот тренинг. Мы готовились очень тяжело. Я ездил зимой в горах, готовился. Потом я вот сразу поехал в Австралию за 20 дней. Акклиматизация была очень тяжелая. И то, что они сделали, турнир рано утром, я не хочу говорить, сколько там килограммов, но UFC сами мне говорили, сколько я весил и сколько Волконовский весил. Я не смог восстановиться, я не смог себя показать. Я вот пришел на арену, и у меня было чувство, что бой будет тяжелым. Я настраивался тогда на тяжелый бой. Почему? Потому что я не успел просто-напросто восстановиться. А здесь кто-то скажет сейчас, там Волконовский пришел на коротком уведомлении. Но короткое уведомление это когда ты в 3-м, 4-м, 5-м раунде устаешь. Но здесь не было такой возможности. У него было очень много сил. Когда мы в клинч зацепились, я очень хорошо закинул руки ему на шею, но он своей мощью просто раздавил клинч и соединил захват на корпусе.
You know, to be honest, maybe this is time now that I should say it. I didn't want to say it before, but there was a lot of things in Australia that weren't okay. I wasn't okay with a lot of things. There were a lot of things that didn't go the way that I wanted them to go. And I wasn't comfortable with a lot of things. I just didn't want to make any excuses. I didn't want people to say, oh, he wins, but he's still making excuses. But maybe now is the time to say it. Well, first of all, I was preparing for Oliveira for 4 months. And then right after that, we had to go to Australia. It was really basically went from the cage after fighting Oliveira to prepare right away for Volkanovski. It was pretty hard for me. We had to go to the mountains and train in the mountains. Then we got to Australia finally 20 days before the fight. And the fact that they made the tournament in the morning, that was completely uncomfortable for me. And I don't want to say, you know, about kilograms or pounds or whatever, or who weighed how much, but they were telling me, you know, how much you weighed, how much he weighed, how much I weighed, how much he weighed. So the weight was, you know, different. It's just there wasn't enough time for me to recover the proper way because of the way that they had that fight going so early. And he didn't have that type of thing, you know. He didn't have to worry about it. I felt his power, you know, even though he came in on such a short notice, I felt his power. When we got in the clinch, basically he, with his power, unhooked the clinch because he was so strong. So I didn't feel like he didn't recover back to his power. I felt his power and it was the same.
Ислам, еще один вопрос. Ты говорил о том, что хочешь подраться с чемпионом в полусреднем весе. Если ты завоевываешь титул в полусреднем весе, нет ли у тебя ощущения, что действительно нет никакой конкуренции в легком весе с кем драться? И переходить полностью в полусредний, чтобы защищать там пояс?
You know, you said that there's a possibility that you would go up to welterweight and fight for the belt there. Let's say that you do get the belt in welterweight. Then what? Do you just say that there's no competition for you because you're going to go back to lightweight, and who are you going to fight there? Would you say that if you get that second belt, that there's just nobody to fight you?
Знаешь, я так думаю, что в моем весе все уже, как правильно сказать, перебили друг друга, сбитые летчики все. Каждый кого-то выигрывал. У Чарльза поражение, у Гейджа поражение, там опять Паре кого-то выиграет, он станет претендентом, тоже после идет поражение. Какая-то такая неразбериха. Из-за этого я говорю, надо определить реального контендера здесь. И вот второй пояс меня очень сильно мотивирует, и я чувствую, что там назревает очень сильная конкуренция и будут громкие бои. Может быть, я там задержусь, если удастся.
You know, to be honest, I think in my weight, there's who else is there to fight in my weight? I mean, everybody in my weight have fought each other kind of, and they all have, you know, wins and losses. What's going to happen? Who's going to fight? Let's say Poirier goes up, he's gonna get a win, he's gonna get a loss. So am I going to fight him? I mean, I don't know who else is there, but if I go up to welterweight, you know, I feel like there might be a chance that I'll stick around there for a little while. I think this is going to be good competition there, new fights, new opponents. So we'll see what happens.
Ислам, приветствую. Давид Кучишвили, Станта Спортс. Хотел спросить у тебя по поводу взвешивания. Скажи, вот не кажется ли тебе, что процедура взвешивания в профессионалах, она слегка несовершенна?